So you watching this video, forget all the business models that you've ever heard about and do this instead, right? It makes me $45,000 every single week. I'm going to show you exactly what that is. And if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. I just want to say from my end, I've tried over 6+ business models, and this is the seventh one that I'm able to see any kind of success early on with, right? So I'm going to show you exactly what that is. But first of all, I do want to start by saying that I don't want to seem like this typical guru who's telling you that all the business models don't work and they're all completely saturated. There's no way you're going to be able to make money with it except mine that I'm preaching, right? That's not what I want to come across as. But I just simply want to highlight the differences and show you what worked for me specifically. Again, I was one of the ones where it didn't take me, 3 months to be able to succeed. It took me years to be able to succeed, right? And it wasn't just trying one business model, it was trying one after the others. Pretty much everything you've heard about in terms of business models, I've personally tried it. When I say try it, I don't mean like, oh, I've tried it for a month and did like half effort. No, I fully, completely dedicated it to it for, multiple months, right? Maybe it was the fact I didn't succeed because I was young, or maybe because I didn't have the right focus at the time. Maybe, but I'm just saying I tried them all, right? So you can at least believe me on that, right? So I want to start by telling you specifically actually what makes a good business model, because there's a lot of business models out there. Some are good, some are bad. There's differences between them as well, but overall, like, what makes a good online business model? And this is something we can all relate to, right? Low upfront investment. It's not a lot of people who have, tens of thousands of dollars to be able to invest in a kind of business, right? So choosing something that you don't have to invest a bunch of money in is going to be the easiest. High profit margins. Obviously, you don't want to get into something that you're going to have 5, 10, or 20% profit margins because you're paying a bunch of people or because it's costing you a bunch of money to deliver the service, etc. So you want to choose something that have high profit margins. Ideally, not time consuming, right? If you're starting something, and because of the business you have to work like 10-hour days every single day. Well, what's the point of having the online business? You're just going to be glued to your computer and do nothing else, right? If you're building and you're putting more time, that's fine. But if actually delivering the actual service or whatever you're doing in the online business, or helping the clients or the customers you have, is taking too much of your time, that's not good, right? You also want something that teaches you multiple skills that are transferable. Business is a question of multiple skills. It isn't just one skill. So if you're getting into a business that only has one skill you have to learn, it's not going to be good, especially for the long term, because we are all going to change businesses eventually. We're all going to go into different niches. So a business that has the ability to teach you how to communicate, how to do sales, how to do invoicing if you want, delivering on fulfillment, stuff like that, is going to be the best business, right? Not too much competition. This is also something I see. A lot of people are studying these business models that are, I don't want to say saturated, because nothing really is saturated, but have way too much competition to the point where you just simply shouldn't be doing that. You're going to be shooting yourself in the foot, right? And something that can get quick results. What I mean quick results, I don't mean easy or quick, super quick results. I just mean something that you're going to be able to see results, within a year. That not a business that's like more of a project, and you're only going to be able to see money within a few years, right? And I'm going to be able to show you, like I said at the end of the video, exactly the business model that I'm talking about here that has all these points checked, right? If I go a bit more down here are some of the business models you have heard about or maybe tried on yourself. I personally have tried pretty much all of them, but I'm going to break down how they work. And again, I'm not saying they don't completely work. I know a bunch of people which each kind of business models that are currently doing really well. It's just from my point of view and how I see it and how a lot of people see it as well. E-com dropshipping. Like I said, this was one of the business models I tried when I was really, really young, probably 17, 16 as well, for that matter. Now I'm 20. Like I said, this was one of the products I ran. Just me doing some product research, and just me when I was younger. Although I don't really look, I look older now. Right, e-commerce dropshipping, to get back to the point. First of all, it has high competition. Obviously, I know everybody's saying, oh, it's super saturated and stuff like that. It does have a lot more competition than it once was, right? So it is going to be a very harder on that regard. I'm not saying it's completely impossible. It's going to just be harder. Low profit margins, you're talking about ads who are more expensive and stuff like that. So you're talking about, pretty low profit margins, maybe 30%, something like that. So it isn't great in terms of profit margins. And overall, it's just hard. It's something hard to master, whether it's the actual website, whether it's the actual ads and how to position it and stuff like that. It is hard, right? And like I said, from my personal experience, I've tried over 5+ stores I did ads for them, paid ads. I did organic ads as well. stuff like that, right? And basically got no sales. I think I got like $1,000 in sales from one store, and that's pretty much it. I spent my money on ads, did organic stuff like that. Didn't work. I did spend a lot of time and effort on it as well, and didn't work for me specifically, right? Any kind of SMA agency, this is me doing cold emails. This is me also when I was younger. This is me just, doing lists of companies I wanted to outreach to. So as you can see, I probably outreached thousands and thousands of companies, right? I'm not saying like I never got a meeting and stuff like that, but overall I never really got the results I was looking for, right? So that's that. First reason is that it has high competition, similar to dropshipping and ecom. SMMA is something that a lot of people know about, so a lot of people have tried, and there's still high competition, right? There are millions of kids doing SMMAs because a lot of people are promoting it to do it, and it's super easy to start, right? And these businesses that you are reaching to, specifically maybe local businesses, are getting dozens of DMs every single day. I've seen it from the inside because I told this story once. I used to have a friend that used to have a business in itself, and I could see the DMs coming in. It was absolutely crazy, right? And everyone is pitching the same thing. I can do ads. Let me do this for free for a full month and stuff like that. So when you're getting tons of messages every day, it's like it's never going to work out. Why would they choose you over someone else? Even if you have like a case study, everybody can just pick up a case study, stuff like that, right? So it doesn't work. Hard fulfillment, delivery has to be absolutely perfect to these companies. You're kind of treated like an employee, especially if you're like on retainer and stuff like that. It costs money or time. And it's overall just not fun. Estimating agency is just not very, very fun, right? Do you actually, I'm going to ask this question to you, do you actually like working with roofers? Do you have a passion for people who are roofers? Maybe you do, but most likely when I started, I didn't, right? I didn't really like roofers and their mentality and stuff like that. So I didn't really like working with them. And also, like, do you like running Facebook ads? Do you actually? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, whatever. It's not for everybody, right? So that's SMA agency. We can get to copywriting as well. I'm going to be honest with this. I never really tried it. I tried it a bit. But obviously, like we all know, AI is kind of taking over. And yes, AI can write as good as you. It can actually do it probably better, right? So I wouldn't go to that specifically. And also has high competition. Everybody's copywriter. I personally have small YouTube accounts and Instagram accounts, and I get DMs every single day of people wanting to be my copywriter and write up some emails for me, right? It makes absolutely no sense, and I'm a small account. I can't imagine the big accounts, how much they get, right? For Amazon right here, Amazon FBA, I mean, I didn't even try this myself. I tried other kind of different business models I'm not going to go into in this video specifically, but Amazon FBA, if you want to start this, you're going to at least need $10,000, right? Because you have to buy the inventory. You don't even know if it's going to work. So, I mean, it's not everybody that has 10K to start, right? You need not even know if it's going to work. Maybe if you have that kind of money and you're ready to get into it, maybe try it out. But for a lot of people, they just don't have that. Or maybe they do, but they just don't want to risk it, right? It is a big risk. So how do you, watching this video, know about all these models? You've probably heard about them. I know I've heard about them a lot. We hear about them pretty much every single day. How do you know about these models, and why are you being told to try them? The reason is everybody that you see right here. These are all people who actively, pitch something, right? Maybe not these specific people, but like there's a bunch more. They're actively pitching to you for you to be able to start a kind of business model. But what do they all have in common? These people that are pitching you everything. Well, they sell an online offer. If you don't know what that is, an online offer is basically just digital information, right? So maybe it's just videos, courses, whatever, digital information, plus usually maybe coaching with it. And this is exactly what forms an online offer, right? And why is everybody doing this? You probably know about this, but it is the most profitable business model ever in existence, right? And that's why everybody's doing it, right? And that's exactly why I decided to get in this industry myself, right? Because I know it's the most profitable. I know everybody was doing it, and I had to find a way to be able to get into it. Not sell a course myself and try to scam people. I don't do that. I specifically just work with people and help them sell their course and set it up, and they pay me in return, right? So I knew I had to get into this industry myself. And again, this is exactly what I do. I'm going to help people out who have skills but aren't actually making anything directly from it, because we all know from online offer, it has to be related to a skill. You're teaching other people something. So you have to be skilled at something. Could be business, could be a hobby, could be whatever, right? So I help people, those specific people that are skilled, help them out with the resources. I give them the resources on how to do it because of my knowledge I have from doing it. And also I coach them with the process. I consult them, if you want, with the process. And I help them out with building their actual online offer. right? And why do actually people, maybe you're asking yourself this question, why do people want to do this? Why do they want to sell their own online course or online program and being able to turn their skills into money? And why do they want to get help with this, right? Because maybe someone wants to launch it, but doesn't necessarily mean they want help with it, right? Which is exactly where I come in usually to be able to help them. And again, this is business model. If you maybe check out my other videos, check out my Instagram, I've seen quite a lot of clients, right? As you can see, the payments received with this is just bank transfers with the dates and all these kind of wires. And again, it's pretty high amounts. As you can see, 4K, and stuff like that, right? And the reason for this, to answer the initial question, is that people are starting to know about the online courses and coaching space. It's getting more popular, and a lot of people are seeing the amount of money you can make with them, right? People always want to make more money, just in general, right? Especially when it comes to their skilled fields. They know they're really good at something. And if you tell them that they can make a lot of money with it, they get super interested, right? They don't know where to get the help. And of course, isn't what they're looking for. When you exactly come in, you're actually being a consultant that can help them out with the whole process, right? And obviously, you have to learn how to actually do it and how to actually deliver, right? You don't want to be working with people and having no idea what you want to do. And the last thing is that they never got approached for this ever. This is the difference, and I talked about this in another video specifically, is that because of this model and why I'm able to sign all these clients and make a bunch of money with it is because this business or this specific consulting model that I do is super unsaturated. Because when you're reaching out to someone who has 1,000 followers or maybe aren't popular at all on social media, but they're just skilled at something, the chance of someone else reaching out to them specifically about this is practically none. I've seen it from personal experience. I've talked with a lot of clients, and when I told them or asked them like what got them interested, it's like, oh, I never got a DM from that ever, and it's a super great idea. That's why I'm able to sign all these clients, right? And for you, why should you do this model? I mean, I already talked about because of how unsaturated it is, but I can go back to the initial point of this video. If I zoom back out here, if I go back to the point, well, again, this business model that I call Info Offer Consulting, which I'm going to reveal in the here. Well, this business model has low upfront investment. You don't need a lot of money to start. In fact, you don't actually need anything, right? It has super, super, super high profit margins, right? There's basically no cost for you to be able to give them out resources and consult them. It's just your time. Like I said, it's not time consuming as well. Teaches multiple skills, which is very good. It doesn't have any competition, and it's something that can get you quick results. I have people who are working with me who within a week of doing outreach, they're already getting replies, they're already getting calls, and they're already getting their feet wet, right? Which is something personally, when I tried SMMA or any kind of other business model, I hadn't seen any results in the first week, right? It took like 3 months to be able to, or like a month to be able to see any kind of results, right? So again, this business model that I do and I've been talking about is Info Offer Consulting, and it's what's allowed me to kind of have this lifestyle, be able to make some good money as well, and the payments like you've seen in the past, right? So if you watch this video and you understand why I made this video and why I show you this, and you'd like to start this model, right? Right now, I'm actually helping a few guys out. Not a course that I'm selling, nothing like that. I'm helping them out one-to-one on the whole process on how to set up their accounts, how to get clients, teaching them on sales, and everything they need to know to be able to do this correctly. Because again, this industry is about to blow up. It is currently blowing up, but being able to help people with that, a lot of people want to get into it. So you just have to be the one that knows how to do it, right? So I'm helping you out with the whole process. So again, I'm just helping out a few guys. If that's you, you want to be able to get my help and you're serious and you have obviously some money to invest and stuff like that, I only want really, really serious people. I'd rather work with really less people because again, it is one-to-one. So it's going to be a lot of my time with you. Book a call below. There's going to be a link below for a book a call together to see if you're a good fit for what I do, to be able to work one-on-one with me. And if you're not there yet, you want to be able to check me out a bit more and what I do and stuff like that, you can go to my Instagram, which is also going to be linked below. So that's pretty much it for that. So again, go to my Instagram if you want to be able to see more of me. And if you're actually serious, just book a call below and we'll talk soon.